Our third show of Cooking with Pat, and today we are going to do kabobs for kids. But first of all, I want to thank some of the people who supplied the money for this. And I can't read it through there, so it's
made possible by Oklahoma Department of Libraries, Institute of Museum and Library Services, Friends of the Library, and etc.
And I wish you could see our one-woman crew behind the scenes here. She's the cameraman, she directs, she produces, she puts it on, she posts everything. I don't know what we'd do without her. But today we are doing kabobs for kids, and we are also going to be doing some fruit and a salad on a stick. Okay. Am I on camera? Okay. When Kathy asked me recently, is it kabobs or shish kebabs, I did just a little bit of research. And so whenever I was looking for recipes, I just put in kabobs for kids with the K-A-B-O-B-S. And when I was doing my research on what it's really called, it turns out there are two spellings. The K-A-B-O-B-S is an American spelling. And the K-E-B-O-B-S comes from, it's used around the world other than in the Americas. So I'm assuming when it said Americas, maybe South America also might use the K-A. But it's spelled two different ways. Both spellings are correct. Now, kabob means meat on a stick. Okay, and we're going to have more than just meat on a stick. And in the 1300s, somebody recorded that the Turkish soldiers would put meat. They'd go out and hunt for their meat, and then they'd put it on a stick and hold it over a fire. And when it was recorded, it was called, for the Turkish soldiers, oh, excuse me, wrong one, live TV, it was called shish kebabs for the Turkish soldiers. So it's shish kebabs. Say that 5 times fast. And it was recorded in the 1300s. I have a feeling people were putting sharp objects through their meat and cooking over an open fire long before the 1300s. But it was recorded in the 1300s and named after what the Turkish soldiers did. One more little lesson. I think my fire is going to be just about hot enough. Do you know why we want to marinate anything before we cook our meat, especially? Why do we want to marinate it? 3 reasons. Number 1 is flavor. You marinate, it's going to give you a little more flavor. Number 2, it's going to help keep it moist. But number 3, it has been discovered over the years that it helps prevent cancer. Did you know? The health benefits are it's easy on the digestion. Makes it a lot easier, especially if you have a cut of meat like a brisket. It's going to make it easier on the digestion because it makes it a little more tender. It reduces cancer risk and helps cut down on bacterial growth. Okay, so and you need an acid base to do this. Something like lemons, limes, vinegar, even yogurt will have a little bit of an acid base to it, and that helps cut it down. But back to the helping to prevent cancer. There are carcinogens that form whenever we cook meat over an open fire, and so if you want to cut down your cancer risk by 99%, you marinate. And it's not a dry rub, it's a marinade. So that was something I learned after Kathy just asked one simple question. Okay, I have already put together today some chicken and pineapple, and all it is chicken, pineapple, and then some a marinade sauce, and we use teriyaki marinade sauce that has pineapple already in it. I will tell you, I didn't like it whenever I smelled it cooking. I thought the smell, now you liked it cooking, it's the smell. I didn't like the smell, but I did like the flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. It takes about 20 minutes. And does you have a watch? Does anybody have a watch? I'll clock. In about 10 minutes, I'm going to turn this. I want to tell you, this is for kids to help with, and it's going to make a mess. So just be prepared. When your children are helping you with this, it is going to make a mess. And don't worry about it, because kids need to learn how to cook, and then they need to learn how to clean up. So I made my little mess this morning. My cat came running into the kitchen, and I had to get rid of the cat because I think she wanted to eat this. But it's all it is you just marinate your chicken for 30 minutes in your teriyaki sauce, and then you put it on a stick. And like I said, it's going to be messy. And I just alternated pineapple with little pieces of chicken. If your children are old enough to use a chef's knife, they can cut it. If not, you cut it and just show them how to put it on a skewer. Your skewers need to, and here's a little wooden one. Your skewers need to be soaked for about 30 minutes so they don't catch on fire. So you just soak them in water for 30 minutes, and then you can put it on here. One end is sharp, the other one's not. And then I also have, and I've had these for years, and I was at the grocery store the other day, and I noticed they have these. I think they're about $2 or something like that for 4 of them. 50 cents, they last forever. The wooden ones you're probably going to want to throw away, but these will last forever. You just have to clean them up, and I have used these over the years. Okay, and while that's cooking, I'm going to show you that I also have where we made a salad on a stick. Here are some grapes and cheese on a stick. Here's some fruit and olives on a stick. And then, here's another little thing that we just put on a stick. You do not have to soak your stick for this. Okay. Okay. Crystal, can you, I just need to hold these up and show what I'm doing. You just tell your children, ask your children. Okay. Crystal, give me directions. You ask your children what they want to try on their stick. And if they've never tried like a pepper, these sweet peppers, especially the red ones and the yellow ones, are going to be a lot sweeter than the green ones. So you might tell your children that you want them to try a pepper. Just try one bite. And a lot of times children find out, especially with these, that they are, that they really do like them. You can try a strawberry. If they've never eaten a strawberry, you can just put a little strawberry on here. Olives. Now, olives are kind of an acquired taste. I never have learned to like black olives except on a pizza. That's the only way I can eat a black olive is on a pizza. I can take and I can put a little piece of cucumber. I can put a cherry tomato, maybe. I'm going to tell you, a radish is something I've never learned to like, but your children may just love them. And then I have a grape, some cheese, and you can tell, you're going to want your children to be involved in this, and we have a variety of things that we have out here for them to use. And if they say that they don't like a cucumber, then they can leave the cucumber off, but they can make their salad on a stick. They can make a fruit salad, a vegetable salad. Another thing they can make is, if you don't want to do this, you can make a sandwich on a stick. And just cut up some cubes of bread and put a cube of bread, and then you can put your meat and then their cheese and maybe a little tomato or something like that. Whatever your children will eat on a sandwich, that's what you can put on your sandwich, and they will, if they're involved in it, they're more likely to eat it. Now I've got those made, and you can also make your own dressing, or you can just go out and buy some dressing for the kids to use, and then just pour a little bowl, and they can dip it, dip their salad in the ranch dressing or whatever type of dressing they like, and then they can eat it. And the more involved you have your kids in this, the more likely they are they're going to eat it. And you can talk to them about the different types of food. We do have, if they've never seen a bunch of radishes, here's a bunch, and you can tell them, look, these grow underground. These are a root vegetable, and they grow in the ground, and on top you'll see these leaves, and whenever you dig them up and clean them up, this is what a radish is going to look like. A lot of people have no idea what a root vegetable is from anything that grows in a tree. They just think it comes from the grocery store. Okay, also, if your children are picky eaters and they're having a hard time telling you why they don't like something, we have a variety of books that you can get from the library system, and it's like, do mice eat rice? Some people don't like to eat rice, and some people only eat certain types of rice. Back when I used to watch The Frugal Gourmet on PBS, he talked about the hundreds of varieties of rice that's out there in the world. And just because you don't like one variety of rice doesn't mean you will not like another variety. And it's just like we have some books in our library about apples, and you learn there are over 20,000 varieties of apples worldwide. So that's something I did not know until I started working here, so I learned something. And a delicious apple may taste different than a Granny Smith. You can explain to your children about the different flavors. Here is Lady Pancake and Mr. French Toast, and they are fighting over who is going to get to have the last of the syrup in the refrigerator. And, and so you can talk to your children about, a healthy breakfast. A pancake with maybe natural maple syrup versus the kind that's made with fructose. And then we have 7 silly eaters, and it's 7 siblings who are silly eaters, and each one of them has their favorite food. We all have our favorite foods that we like to eat, and we have our foods that we don't like to eat. So here's something really cute, and talk to your children about what's your favorite food. And also in some of these books, in this one, piranhas don't eat bananas, and it talks about all different kinds of foods that piranhas do not eat. So if you're a picky eater, you might say, why do you not like English peas? And for me, it's the taste. For some people, it might be the texture. When my sister and I were really little, my mother took us to the doctor and said, would you please tell my children to eat English peas? And the pediatrician turned around and looked at my mother in the face and said, English peas need to be banned from the face of the earth. He did not like English peas either, and he said, don't try to force your kids to eat something that they're never going to like. My sister now likes English peas. I never have learned to like them. Okay, I think it's about time to turn this, so I'm just going to take tongs here, kind of turn this. It takes 20 minutes to cook this. What I like, okay, maybe I can turn that, and maybe I can't. There we go. What I like about this recipe that I am going to post online with this video is that you can make it 3 different ways. You can use a grill, grill it outside or inside. You can put it in an electric skillet. It says for 350 degrees for 20 minutes. And also you can put it in an oven and bake it 350 degrees for 20 minutes. You just need to make sure or certain that your temperature of the chicken is 160 degrees on the inside. All poultry needs to be 160 degrees to be finished. And I do have, you can go to any store probably and get a thermometer, a meat thermometer, and that's what this is a meat thermometer. What I like about this one is it does not require batteries. I just stick it in the middle of the meat and it tells me what the temperature is. And this morning after about 10 minutes I checked the temperature, it's like 120, and I thought, no. So I waited another 10 minutes and then it got up to 160 degrees. I thought, I can eat lunch now. And so I did try this. So you want to make sure that your meat is done so that you do not get sick. That's about all that I can think of. Oh, I know. I did use my George Foreman grill. I love George Foreman grills, but for this, I don't think I would use it with the skewers again. I tried it with the skewers, and it kind of got a little dry, so I thought the next time I would do this, I'm just going to do it without. I just put it in and just do it without the skewers and just, use the grill, because I thought mine got a little dry. Like this, it's not going to dry out. If you're going to be cooking outside, and this is the time of year people like to cook outside, if I were going to do this outside, I'd probably get some aluminum foil and put it in the aluminum foil and then kind of baste it every 5 minutes or so that it doesn't dry out. Okay, and like I said, we're going to post some of this online. I got my ideas from Pinterest, and if you do not have a Pinterest account and you don't know how to start one, come into the library and we can show you how to get started on Pinterest with a Pinterest account. And you can get all kinds of nifty ideas for your kids and also for yourself. I'm handed a note. Oh. I'm blind as a bat. Okay, well, this one looks really good like this. You want it to look kind of like this, and then when you take it down, looks kind of like this whenever you get finished. This is going to be comical. And so whenever you get finished and you've left it for like the full 20 minutes, it's going to look done. You can take it out and let it cool a little bit, and kids can actually just take it a piece at a time off of the skewer and eat it, once it cools off enough. Or you can just put it on a plate next to a salad, or you can just have a whole plate full of just, little skewers, meal on a stick, and everything comes on a stick, and make it fun for the kids. And that's what we're here trying to do, make eating fun for the kids. Okay. And bye-bye. See you next time.